Anyone who's ever served in the government of Texas watches or reads Of Mice and Men. At the end, they're like, "Good,
Yeah.
that's what's supposed to happen. This should be called The Good Story. This movie should be called The Thing That How It Works in a Real Society. In a society."
So George, Lenny was the retard, right?
Yeah. Well, they were both retards, but like Lenny was the big retard, and George was the small retard. It was like a pinky in the brain kind of.
And in comparison, he was less. He was
so
the brains.
and so Lenny snapped the lady's neck, and George. Why did George kill him?
Because they were gonna fucking like the other guys
Lynch
were gonna
him?
string him up.
I see.
Yeah, it was humane.
I see.
Yeah.
It's like when a horse breaks its leg.
Yeah, Texas style.
Yeah. And what do you think George was up to after that? You think he found himself another retard best friend?
Hopefully. Hope he wasn't alone the rest of his life. Or at least got some pussy.
Did they ever get pussy in that book?
How about George and Jenny? George and Jenny, and Jenny's also
From Forrest Gump?
No, like a giant.
Woman?
Yeah, but it's the 30s.
Yeah.
And so, like, well, Jenny's trans, but George is like, it's like, Jenny, we're going to run into trouble, so you're going to have to pretend to be retarded.
Yeah.
I see.
And that's why everybody thinks
They
you're
think
big.
you're in a dress because you're a retard.
No, they think you're a girl, but you're big.
Humongous.
You're big like that because you're a retard.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jenny's like, all right, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the book ends because Jenny's in the barn, like helping the hot farmer wife with something.
Wow.
She's like, "I'll just I'm gonna walk over here for a second," and they got a huge dick. They feel
really
like just
big.
fall. Yeah, they trip and
Over their huge cock.
They trip over a rake. And they're like, "Oh goodness!"
Yeah,
and they're like,
Their
you know that
big
picture,
ass
the
cock.
animation of Wolverine dropping the towel,
Yes, sure.
and it's like that happens, and then the farmer's wife is like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell my dad," and Jenny snaps her neck to make sure she doesn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep her secret.
Yeah,
That's sad.
and then George takes her out into the river, and Jenny's like, "Listen, I'm not an actual retard. I know where you're.
I know you're trying to kill me."
And George is like, "Yeah, but it's better I do it than those damn TERFs
Yeah.
back at that feminist
J.K.
co-op."
Rowling.
The TERF co-op.
Some British bitch with little bangs.
We had to get a job. We had to get a farmhand job at a TERF co-op. And George shoots Jenny through the skull. And he's crying, and Jenny turns around, and she's like, "George," and George is like, "Oh my God!" And there's just a gaping hole through Jenny's head, and George is like, "You don't have a brain,
Right?
But I thought you were born a man." And Jenny's like, "I guess I've been a woman the whole time."
Wow.
And it's
It's beautiful.
It's called The Good Story.
The Good Story.
And it's called The Good Story Part 2.
It's called
Texas Drift.
Texas Drift. Yep.
It's called
All women are brainless.
It's called A Mice and a Really Big Bitch.
The Good Story. The Good Story Part.
The Good Story Part 2.
Texas style Good Story.